Tesla came up next. Now, Tesla was not originally on. Yeah, Tesla was not originally on the list. It was a last-minute addition, so I didn't really get a chance to see very much beforehand until I was on the deck and just happened to be looking into the dining hall where he was moving, and that was all I needed to see. No props in his hand. Wow, the audience was loud. What do you think of how it went?
I think for how much I had to prepare, because I didn't know this was going to happen till Dale, I believe his name is. All I hear is Daddy.
Either way.
I didn't really know what was happening until he came up to me in the lawn. He was like, "Hey, so some spots opened up. Would you like to be in our showcase?" And I was a little like, oh snap, because I've only done one other showcase ever. That was at the last festival I was at, Southern Illinois Fire and Flow Retreat, and I did it to Gooey by Glass Animals. That was the only song that I had like full and actually memorized and everything. This one, the one I did to the Cone Sound and Culprit / Asa and Sorrow song, it's called Mosaic. It was about halfway done, but I'm kind of glad it worked out that way. I was going to keep it to non-fire poi and dance, and I'd actually been convinced that I was going to do the entire thing in my penguin onesie. It was really going to happen, like seriously. I told her about it, like we were fixing it and everything. But then Friday night I had my first palm torch burn using Dale's torches, and he came up to me the next day and was like, "You should put that in your showcase." And I was like, well, I have a lot of time I need to free up. I could do that. I just can't wear the penguin suit. And that's when, I thought, I'll do fire poi, and then, fire poi, dance, and then the palm torches. That answers your question.
It does. So a lot of this was, believe it or not, close to ad lib, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We won't tell anybody.
What does a newbie say about that?
Newbie says hooray.
Yeah, newbie says hooray. I was saying hooray off stage too when I wasn't trying to fill up the fuel dump. What would you change?
If I could change anything, it would be honestly to be more prepared, because that was what made me so nervous. Is like I've only rehearsed the poi side of this, all of the changing out and the putting out the poi and then turning into dance and then segueing from the dance across the stage and getting the palm torches. I wish I had thought of a smoother way to do that, like had like a tiny little torch out. I think for just kind of winging it, it went as well as I could possibly do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Any questions, anybody? Lisa?
So the question is, will you accept a single critique from me that I hope will help you get even better?
Lisa wants to tell you how you were horrible. Go ahead.
No. Is that okay?
I'll accept critique from anyone here if it helps.
It's a really simple one. So you have all of these absolutely beautiful movements, and these long limbs are coming out everywhere. You also have this long, beautiful neck that you were keeping here. Could be an artistic choice. As a dance critique I would give you the recommendation of lifting that, because that would have brought that much more. You have this wonderful height to you, and that would bring out everything else, would then extend even further and come in even further when doing that.
As he was telling me last night, he was like, chest out, tits up, eyes straight. And I was trying to remember that.
Let's first clarify who he is.
Dale.
Dale.
Yeah, he was just like, I saw you were sort of like over it. You're looking down, and I can see how like my posture would look a little bit different as if I were like up here, straight.
The difference between the two can be used also, but if it's all here, just if you pick some of that, it
looks
would,
better.
it would add
Yeah.
something I noted. So thank you for letting me give you that.
Thank you for sharing.
And thank you for
Anyone else?
showing.
A comment, actually. As I was sitting in the audience watching what you were doing, I had no idea that you were winging most of that, actually. I thought it was rehearsed. So it was more of like a super good kind of a critique, and I wanted to let you know that.
Thank you.
So I thought you had practiced that a lot.
You have found your flow.
Need compliments.
Actually, something that I would like to add, might as well say it in the mic. I got my first pair of poi whenever my 13th birthday came around. I'm 18. January 31st is my birthday. For the longest time, whenever I was 16, I went to my first flow festival. That was Kinetic, and I was like, "Holy crap, this exists! People go to these things. This happens. Whoa!" I was blown away, extremely blown away, and I started looking up videos of more flow fests. Like, where else are these things happening? Is this like a real thing? Does this happen more places than just once? And I actually did stumble upon wildfire performance videos of people doing stuff on this very dirt stage and people doing class recaps. I watched Charlie's Puppy Hammer recap by that dome probably about 30 times over and still don't know what's going on.
Neither do we.
And so to be able to actually come here and do a showcase on this stage as my second showcase is a serious milestone, and I'm really, really glad and appreciative to everybody, every organizer and everybody that came and sat through everything. Like, this is awesome.
Thank you very much. Oh, one more question. Get back here.
So, you said that you had part of it planned, but the rest of it you kind of just improv. Are there things that when you plan out the rest of it that you'll take from that performance to put into it, or will you start from scratch?
That's a good question, actually. The thing that I strive to do most is to sort of create a nice unity between electronic dance styles and props. And now knowing that palm torches and dance, like that style of dance goes so well together, I will actually plan to use that in said showcase. I like that song. It's a song that changes a lot, and it gives a lot of opportunity to change styles or change props, and to be able to, like I said, one of the things I wish I would have been able to do better is more smoothly segue between the different styles and props. I definitely want to work on that, and I will grab the palm torch stuff and figure out a way that I can, like, all right, boy, stop, dance, stop, but instead of like a visual like cut, he's walking over there, he's walking back, he's walking over there, he's walking back, be able just to be like, cha, fire, something cool like that.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Right here.
Oh, one more. Leave the stage.
He's walking there, he's walking back. Gotta get the cardio in, don't skip leg day.
Okay, stay.
The props, the amount of time you spent using props versus the amount of time you spent dancing on your own. Do you feel like, was some of that planned in terms of timing? And do you feel like each of those amounts of time were appropriate, or would you change anything?
The balance of props and dancing, was it improvised, planned, and how would you change it if you wanted to?
Basically, in my mind, since the song did change so much, I've been listening to this song since it came out in November. They do those collaborations every November, and this was the most recent one, and it just completely blew me away. And since it changed so much, I thought, I could have something for this section, something for this section, something for this section, but depending on where I performed it, I knew I was going to have to do, I knew I wanted to do, deeply felt like I needed to do some sort of dance prop hybrid thing. And depending on where I performed it first, I would figure, okay, if this were at a DarkMatter dance event in Baltimore, I would be more heavily on dance, but I would still have props just to switch it up. But since I performed it somewhere, Wildfire, basically where everybody is all about that prop life, I figured I would base it around props and then add dance and then mesh the two so people can see what they're both like.
I love that. All about that prop line.
Anything on a shirt.
Before I try to walk away again, does anybody have any more questions? Okay, that guy. All right, cool. Glad we got this.
First off, I was out back and I seriously lost my shit. Like, I was walking and I was like, oh my god. Like, the fire was gone and then the fire was on, like any other performance that was just equal to fire. I was not only concerned but wondering, like, the hand movements and the palm torches, and you were like over doing the hand movement. I was concerned about safety. Did you feel safe? You were like right over it and the fire was right here. I'm like, he's gonna lose his hair. Like, it was all of it.
Actually, I
Scared the
didn't
shit out of
realize
me.
I did that, but I saw a couple people and they're like, yeah, we totally watched you like push your hair back with a palm torch.
Yeah.
It was sassy. Oh man, did I really do that? Whoops.
Yes. Yes.
Concerned about the safety, you weren't going to wear it. But you felt confident.
I felt confident after last night, after Dale came up to me and he was like, hey, so I know that was your first palm torch burn, but you should put that in your showcase. I was a little nervous, but after, a few hours of playing with them, and I just figured, if anything were to go wrong, honestly, which I didn't, nobody plans on things to go wrong. I feel like if anything were to go wrong, I was confident that, like, I was in the best place for that to happen. Like, where else? Like, in my backyard? That would suck. But here, Tiffany would come and, like, jump on me and, like, put my face out. I know that would happen. I mean, sure, I might get a
It'd be
little
fun.
haircut, but it'd be nice. You kind of need a little shave every now and again. Don't grow any facial hair, so I don't have to worry about that. It's a good thing about being 12.
Tesla, that should totally be your signature
Yeah,
palm
we've
torch
just
move.
decided.
Yes. Best way to get rid of split ends. Thank you.
Thank